الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم ما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله خير هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها كل محدثة بدعة كل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ثم ما بعد. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن ينفعنا إن شاء الله تبارك وتعالى في هذه المجالس المباركة وأن يهدينا إلى الصواب بإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this gathering and to guide us to that which is right. وأن يوفقنا لما يحب الله ويرضاه, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us in accordance with that which is pleasing to Him and that which He loves. Allahumma ameen. Inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala. أنا آسف جدا باتخاذ يعني ماذا للدرس في هذه الليل بتأخيرها. I apologize for my tardiness. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى يعفو عنا. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His pardon. This is the second talk around the Siege of Dammaaj. The Siege of Dammaaj. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن ينصرهم ويعينهم على هؤلاء الظالمين. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid them and to assist them, help them over the wrongdoing enemies. Ameen. I want to take inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala from two books tonight. One of them is the explanation of Lum'a al-I'tiqad, which is authored by Al-Imam Ibn Qadam al-Maqdisi rahimahullah ta'ala, and it has been elucidated by many scholars after him. From amongst them, Fadilatul Shaykh Al-Imam Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen. So we will take from that explanation, and we will take from the book of Shaykhuna Abu Rahman Muqbil ibn Had al-Wadi'i Al-Had al-Khomeini fi al-Haramain, how the socialist reform and the disbelief under the disguise of Shiism came to the lands, the sacred lands of Saudi Arabia, the Haramain, the sacred lands, by Khomeini. Inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala, we will begin talking about this issue to shed more light on why the Siege of Dammaaj, why the issue that's happening in Iraq, why the issue is happening, Allah Musta'an, in Syria, why the issue is happening in Pakistan, all of these places where you find these same Raafhde Shia killing, attacking, trying to annihilate Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. The first thing that we want to bring is the definition the definition is the definition of the word Shia. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this word in the Quran. He mentioned this in the Quran. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. He mentioned this in the Quran in a few verses. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, وَكَانُوا شِيَعًا كُلُّ حِزْبِ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ كُلُّ حِزْبِ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ. He was talking about dividing into sects. The people of the past groups, how they divided into sects, and he said, وَكَانُوا شِيَعًا. They became into sects. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, كُلُّ حِزْبِ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ. All of them, they became sects that gave loyalty to their sect only. Groups that gave loyalty after breaking off to their group only, and they are happily rejoicing in that which they have between themselves. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned وَكَانُوا شِيَعًا. They became Shi'an, meaning they separated from the mainstream of the Muslims. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He also mentioned about them, saying Shi'an, He said, لَسْتُ مِنْهُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has nothing to do with them. Naam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has nothing to do with them, and He mentioned the word Shi'an here in the Quran. So the word Shia was first used with the people that became infatuated, those people that became extreme during the time of Ali, and we'll talk more in detail about that. So the Muslims were one body, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, إن هذه أمتكم واحد وأنا ربكم فاعبدوه. إن هذه الأمتكم واحد وأنا ربكم فاعبدون. This nation of yours is one nation, and I am your Lord, so worship me. So the Ummah was one. During the first 3 generations of the Muslims, they became one body. From the time of the Sahaba to the time of the Tabi'een and the Ittiba'i Tabi'een. They were known as one body. Then the first issue of separation came from a group of people, and those group of people are known as Shia. Why? Because they were the break off from the mainstream of Muslims. Tayyib. So Shia, they are from the Muslims when you talk generally speaking, and they are known to be in different types. We have mentioned that before. Some of them still in the fold of Islam, although they are Ahlul Bid'ah. They are from the people of innovation, but they are still in the fold of Islam. And they agree with some things that Ahlul Sunnah, the people of the Sunnah, adhere to, and that which they call to. And they differ with Ahlul Sunnah and some things that they adhere to and some things that they call to, meaning in creed, the methodology, and so forth. And then there's the Shia that they went beyond being people of innovation. They went to the level of leaving Islam, and these are, from various groups. One of them is called Raafhde or Raafhdiya. And these are the ones that we're talking about tonight. They left Islam. They are from the kuffar. So they are Shia because they broke off from the main body of Muslim. But, and I should add, and they claim affiliation primarily to Ali ibn Abi Talib by way of saying that they have to show allegiance to the Ahlul Bayt, which means the people from the house of the Prophet. And house of the Prophet could mean his literal house, household, or his family tree. So they give fanaticism to Ali by way of saying that they have to give this type of loyalty to the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's Shia. Raafhde is a step further. Raafhde, as Sheikh Uthaymeen, he explains the statement of Ibn Qudama when he talks about the deviant groups. The first one that he mentions, Ibn Qudama, is the Raafhde. He mentions them even before the Khawarij. Why? Because they are the worst from any of the groups that claim Islam. So the Sheikh says the Raafhde or the Raafhidiyya, and we'll talk about what does Raafhidiyya mean. He said they are those who showed extremism to the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They showed extremism to the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, meaning that they became fanatic with that group of people. هم الذين يغلوا في آل بيت. They became extreme with the people in the Prophet's house. This means Ali. This means Ali's wife, Fatima. This means, Barakallahu fikum, Hassan Hussein. This means, Mother, the wives of the Prophet when you say Ali Bayt. And we'll bring that proof as well. The Shaykh continues, that was in addition to what is Ali Bayt. He said, well, you kafirun. And they also not only became extreme with the people of the Prophet's house, but they made some people disbelievers. They made some of them disbelievers. They made some of them disbelievers. And this group, Humul Firq Shatta, and this group of Raafida, there are many groups. So they are a main group and then they broke off. He said, and from amongst them are those who have went extreme. Those who have went extreme, the Raafidi, those that have went extreme in the issues those that have went extreme Barakallahu fikum, they claim a affiliation to Ali. Alladina id'u anna aliyan ilahun. Those who claim affiliation to Ali by way of saying and deeming him to be a god. So you have one group of them, they went so far that they deem Ali, they said he's ilahun. He is a god. وَلَيَذَ بِاللَّهِ وَمِنْهُمْ دُونَ ذَلِكَ. And you have those who have went astray to the level of kufr in other ways. So you have some from amongst them, it's clear, they deem Ali to be a god. and this takes them outside of Islam. The Sheikh, he goes on and he mentions minhum from amongst them are those who they insult and talk bad about the other Sahaba. And when this bid'ah came in the time of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, during his rule, when they came and they deemed Ali to be Ilahun, God, Ali, he told them to kindle a fire. And he threatened to burn them in the fire, as they had said he was Ilahun. And Ilahun here means the creator of the heavens and the earth. Thus Ali said, Yani, if you're going to make me God, then I'm going to burn you like God, because you have made shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And although this was the position of Ali, he didn't go through with it, as he was stopped by some of the Sahaba like Abdullah ibn Abbas, who said, لا يعذب النار إلا ماذا لا يعذب بالنار إلا رب النار. None can punish, the Prophet said, by using fire except the Lord of the fire. The point here is that Ali, yani from this particular group of Raafhde, they deem Ali to be godlike. There was an individual by the name of Abdullah ibn Sabbah who started this. And he was from the Jews that were in Medina, and he accepted Islam. He came with this theory saying, Ali, you are God. And thus Ali wanted to burn him. When this happened, Abdullah ibn Sabbah fled, and those that were with him remained with this type of dawah that is known to be one of the groups of the Raafhde. That is, they deem Ali to be godlike. Waliyadu billah. سبحان ربنا الأعلى وسبحان ربنا العظيم كل هذا يعني